Let's talk about 4 common appraisal issues that we see. If you are a realtor or a home seller and you can address these issues before the appraisal, it can speed up the entire home loan process and get everyone to the closing table faster. Number 1 is access to the attic and crawl space. The appraiser must be able to access the attic and the crawl space. If the attic or crawl space entrance or access point is not noticeably visible, it's important to either leave a note or inform the appraiser of the location when they call to schedule the appointment. The appraiser will not move any furniture to gain access to the attic or crawl space, so it's really important to move those items prior to the appraisal. If a ladder is needed to reach the attic, you'll need to make sure one is available and conveniently located. Our next 3 problems are typically more of an issue if the buyer of the home is using a government loan, such as FHA, USDA, or VA, as those loans must meet HUD property standards. However, these items can still cause issues with conventional loans in some cases. There is a misconception that anything goes on a conventional loan. And while it is true that property standards are a little bit more relaxed on a conventional loan than a government loan, over the last several years, we've seen the property standards on conventional get much closer to that of government loans. So, our recommendation would be to tackle as many of these as you can prior to the appraisal if possible. So, issue number 2 is utilities. For most loan programs, utilities must be on and in working order at the time of the appraisal. The appraiser will flip light switches and turn on a faucet in the kitchen and the bathroom to verify that the utilities are on. We've seen too often where utilities or water will be turned on outside the home, but either a breaker is not flipped or the water is not on inside the home. If the appraiser can't verify that the utilities inside the home are working, a reinspection may be required, which will slow down the entire process. Issue number 3 is handrails. Handrails are required on steps and around porches and decks, as this is considered a safety issue. If there is a stairway that has more than 3 steps, it needs a handrail. And if there is a porch or deck that is higher than ground level, it must have a railing around it to prevent falls. And the last issue, and the one that we see called out frequently on government loans, is chipping and peeling paint. Peeling paint is considered a health hazard, and appraisers will note the presence of peeling paint on the property. This also includes any outbuildings, sheds, garages, things like that. If you're aware of peeling paint on the property, it's better to have it cleared up and painted prior to the appraiser viewing the property, as it will require a reinspection if it's called out and needs to be corrected. We hope that helps. The faster we can get to the closing table, the better the experience is for everyone involved.